We woke up this morning and it was the last night that we will spend in Koti for a little while.
Probably a couple of weeks, maybe even 3 weeks. We're off island hopping.
Yep, we're off to Santorini right now. Interestingly, the first thing we do on this particular day every week is listen to a video about the progress of our little man inside here who's cooking away.
He's 6 months today.
It turns out that the little man can actually hear stuff now.
Yeah, so we just played him some AC/DC and I think, judging by the wriggles, he's a fan.
So, kid, if you're watching this in 15 years' time, you've got questions about what the first tune you ever heard was, AC/DC, Back in Black. Love it. I can't wait to get on an aeroplane.
We're the newbies. I'm Tara and this is John. And not so long ago we were married in Antarctica, promising ourselves that we would always prioritise experience over wealth. So here we are. We sold our house, left the city and bought a van which we've converted into our travelling home.
Last week we were in the Peloponnese, being charmed by ancient walled cities, feeling the might and glory of ancient Olympia and swimming in crystal clear waters beneath hidden waterfalls. This week, there's a shift of gear as we park up the van and head for a bit of island life in the infamous idyll of Santorini.
If you're enjoying our videos, please do hit that subscribe button just below and give us a thumbs up. We would be so grateful.
We really would. Touchdown, Santorini! We have swapped Koti for this.
I think me and Bob will fit here.
I'm not sure whether you're going to fit. Hang on, let me look side on. So, as normal, we couldn't sleep. We were too excited, so we woke up early to come into Fira. Have a look around. Right there is the sunrise.
Fira is probably one of the most famous spots on Santorini, and to call it picture perfect would be a serious understatement. We spent the morning wandering through the winding cobbled streets and had the place almost to ourselves as the sun gently rose and lit the streets.
What's the plan then, girl?
Should we go find a coffee?
I think we should go and find a coffee. That is a pretty spectacular way to wake up in the morning, isn't it?
Very special.
And I've got a suspicion we might have Santorini almost to ourselves. Was a nice little walk around this morning, wasn't it?
It was beautiful. We've now returned, stocked up, after having discovered that a coffee in here will cost you €5. And our budget just doesn't stretch that.
And an orange juice.
€7. So, we went to the shop and we bought some muesli, some very cheap coffee. And we've come back to the room and we're going to have breakfast here. The best part about our first romantic morning in Santorini is that the kettle only boils if you hold its button down.
That's all right though.
That's absolutely fine.
At least it boils.
At least it boils.
So what's the plan then, my darling?
I think we drive to the other side of the Caldera, go and see the lighthouse. I think it's called the Akrotiri lighthouse. Then, on the way back, go and see a couple of little hilltop towns which are very quaint and off the tourist trail, which sound lovely. Some good bakeries there, so I'm excited about pastry. And then come back to Fira in time for sunset.
Oh, it is a squeeze!
Look at this silly little car. So we've driven all the way around the Caldera and we're at the other side from where we're staying, which is in Fira. We have come to the Akrotiri lighthouse.
Yeah, it took us 45 minutes and it was a eventful drive in this lovely small car of ours.
I think it's safe to say we will never buy a smart car. Anyway, let's go have a look around. The views look incredible.
What are we expecting up there?
I don't know much about it. Let me do some reading.
She'll do some reading. We'll get back to you.
I have to do everything. That's the lighthouse, and it was built in 1892 and is one of Greece's oldest lighthouses. And apparently this is one of the best places on Santorini to watch the sunset.
We didn't end up watching the sunset from here, but if you are planning to, then make sure you arrive early enough to grab yourself a good spot, because we hear it can get very busy.
I can see why it'd be a good sunset from up here.
Beautiful, huh?
Yeah, isn't it spectacular? But I'm not very keen on those drops down there. Sea looks really inviting though. I want to go swim.
Beautiful, doesn't it?
That is a pretty lighthouse location.
It's epic.
There are some lovely trails around the lighthouse, which get you a little higher up to really appreciate the view of the Caldera. We quickly worked up an appetite, and the Pharos market, with the friendliest of welcomes, was the perfect spot to stop for a bite to eat.
Should we try some tomato fritters and tzatziki?
Yeah, I think so. That would be good.
So much. Joyce. Thank you. The lady's grandmother's recipe.
Okay, that's a good thing. Did Granny do well?
Granny knew what she was doing.
I hear in this next village they've got bakeries where we can have some pudding.
Yum, yum. I think we're just going to eat our way around Santorini.
That sounds fine by me.
Fine by me.
Baklava, here we come. So where's this baklava?
I think it's a place called, I'm going to say it really wrong, but it's Megalottery.
Mega lottery. Feeling lucky today.
There you go.
Are you sure we've come the right way, darling?
I'm not sure, but I know that the car's small enough to fit through here.
Are you sure of even that?
Not 100%. We are beating a, can't really say hasty, but a retreat out. Nope, we're going forward again. Wow!
Kidding?
That is so great!
So we just driven through the entire village, but Tara wants to get out and go and walk around it now as well.
I think it would feel nice to feel welcome in the place rather than being the people that are doing something you're not supposed to do, which is drive down the high street.
Where's the baklava?
This way. Come on. Which one do you choose?
Oh, I don't know. Baklavas are looking good. What happened?
We panic shopped. We walked out with ice cream, cookies, and baklava.
Where's next then?
There's another little town called Pyrgos, which I think is that one that you can kind of see from the road up on the hill. I reckon we go have a wander around there.
It's a nice little place, isn't it?
Yeah.
But more bells up there. You're the best tour guide, girl.
Hey, I've planned a knockout day in Santorini.
You have. Look at that view.
And so, our first day in Santorini drew to a close with the obligatory sunset in Ia. What a day.
End of a very long day.
Beautiful.
So rumour has it, one of the best things to do in Santorini is to walk from Ia to Fira. So that's what we're doing. It's about 10 kilometres, should take us about 3 hours. It looks like fun.
Yeah, and I think it's probably going to take a little bit longer than 3 hours. There is, however, a gyros waiting for us at the end of it.
Falafel, actually.
Okay, well, we'll see how that works out. The walk starts here. We decided to do Ia to Fira, walk it that way, because we haven't actually been to Fira yet. And we were thinking when we get there, we might want to hang around a little bit. But we're going to need to take a bus back to here because we've left the mini car at home. Having said that, Tara tells me that if you walk from Fira to Ira, which is behind us now, the views are probably better.
Just of Ia as you come in. I think a lot of people do it that way so that they can go to Ia for sunset, which is obviously very famous.
The start of the walk is up, up, up. It's not difficult, but we've rested a couple of times. Do you think we're at the top yet?
Almost.
What do you think?
I think it's top.
The view of the Caldera is magnificent from up here. Look at that. Beautiful. What do you reckon, then go?
Fast becoming my favourite thing we've done so far.
Great. So I think we're about a quarter of the way there. Fira is kind of at the end of that place there. It really is from up here that you can see that Santorini is an exploded volcano. You can see the entire caldera and the volcano rim. Imagine how big that explosion must have been.
Massive. They do say it was one of the biggest volcanic explosions the world's ever seen.
In fact, they say that the ancient city of
Atlantis is in there.
down there. When the island exploded, Atlantis disappeared.
Imagine.
What do you reckon?
It exploded in 1600 BC.
1600 BC.
Yeah.
So
Erupted is probably a better word, isn't it?
erupted. So what does that mean? What was built at 1600? Was the ancient Olympics going on at 1600 BC? When was that?
Can't remember. I got baby brain though, you don't have an excuse.
All right. I know the pottery was 6,000 years old.
We did a very brief stint on the road, probably less than 5 minutes, back on the path, and we're going to take the Caldera view path because the views are better. This is such a cool spot. You can see both sides and it feels like you're like right on the rim of the Caldera.
Where do you go?
Behind you. And I think we go this way.
Well, that's it. We made it. We've just passed the sign that says Fira.
I think that took us just over 2.5 hours.
Yeah, and it was like, you know, walking over a camel basically,
Pretty much.
wasn't it? A camel with 2 humps.
In the sun.
Yeah, in the sun. And it was a really, really beautiful walk. I'm very pleased I did that.
Absolutely amazing. Must do.
Well, there you have it. Having a traditional Greek salad, Akrotiri, and we're also enjoying a beer, and a gyros is on its way.
So good.
We're going to get the bus back to Oya, or back to Ia. Bus back to Ia, and that runs from here about once every half an hour and takes about half an hour.
Yep.
Doesn't it?
€2 each, I think, so that'll do nicely. First food.
So that was a wrap for the beautiful island of Santorini. It really is impossible not to fall in love with this place. But we're off in search of more budget-friendly options. So hit that subscribe button and join us as we continue our journey around the Greek islands. And for us, the adventure's only just beginning. Thanks for watching and see you next week.